Ladies and gentlemen, gather around because today we're diving into the wild and hilarious world of gaslighting yourself. You see, gaslighting is usually a devious manipulation tactic. But what happens when you're the one doing it to yourself? Brace yourselves for a roller coaster of laughs as we explore the wacky journey of self-gaslighting. Let's start with scene 1, the kitchen conundrum. So there I am, standing in the kitchen, searching high and low for my car keys. They're gone, vanished into thin air, or so I thought. I remember clearly setting them on the kitchen counter when I got home. But now they pulled a vanishing act. My first thought, I must have been sleepwalking and hid them from myself. Genius, right? So I embark on this quest to find my rogue keys. I'm tearing through the drawers, frantically checking the fridge and opening the cupboards, like the secret passages of Narnia. I even inspected the trash cans because, well, sleepwalking might have made me do it. Hours pass, and now I've convinced myself that my subconscious is playing hide and seek with me. In reality, they're right where I left them, on the counter. But let's not allow the truth to ruin a good gaslighting session. The wardrobe wars. Oh, the infamous wardrobe wars, where you suddenly can't find your favorite pair of jeans, or that one missing sock. It's usually the sock, right? Now, what any sensible person would do laundry like this? Well, if you're a self-gaslighting pro like me, I open the wardrobe, and it looks like a hurricane just swept through it. But instead of thinking I need to organize this mess, I convince myself that there's a sock-stealing thief in my house. It's been plotting against me. I whisper to myself as I contemplate calling in a priest for an exorcism. I go full Sherlock Holmes, checking for secret sock passages and interrogating my other socks to see if they're hiding a fugitive sock. And then, just as I've given up, I find it. The missing sock is resting peacefully under my bed. Did I put it there? Probably. But who needs logic when you're in supernatural sock conspiracies? We find ourselves on the quest for time management. Time management is a skill, and self-gaslighting is a method for bypassing it. I've convinced myself that there's a black hole in my living room, and it's devouring hours of the day. As I rush to get to work or meet a friend, I think, I definitely left 10 minutes earlier. There's no way it's already this late. In my quest to avoid facing the fact that I'm always running late, I created an intricate mental calendar where time warps at my expense. It's not a matter of snoozing the alarm or getting lost in a thought. It's that time for some reason has a personal vendetta against me. And of course, I'm not the one at fault. Nope, not ever. The broken conspiracy things. Now let's talk about broken things. You know when you convinced yourself that you had nothing to do with it? And it's clearly the world's fault, right? Like the day I found my phone with a shattered screen. Did I drop it? Nah. Instead, I imagined a bird threw it in my room, mistaking the phone for a worm or something, and then kicked it back down to the ground. That's the only logical explanation I could come up with. The classic self-gaslighting move here is convincing yourself that inanimate objects have a secret vendetta against you. So when you stub your toe on the corner of the coffee table, it's the coffee table's fault. The food fiasco. Last but not least, we have the food fiasco. I found myself standing in front of the fridge one day, staring at a lack of groceries and wondering why my fridge hadn't magically restocked itself. I gaslighted myself into thinking that the refrigerator fairy was real, and if I believed hard enough, it would supply me with fresh produce and snacks overnight. So instead of going grocery shopping, I decided to have a staring contest with my fridge, thinking that perhaps it would cave and magically conjure up some delicious leftovers. After all, it wasn't my responsibility to restock it anyways. In conclusion, gaslighting oneself can be a funny journey through the quirks and quirks and quirks of the human mind. While it may not be the most practical approach to life's daily challenges, it certainly adds a touch of comedy to the mundane. Just remember, it's all in fun, and sometimes it's okay to laugh at ourselves and our own unique ways of navigating the world. After all, who needs reality when you have a wild imagination and a great sense of humor?